Hello and welcome to this segment where we will be having a look, and rather an insightful look, into Uganda's economy, the prospects and the challenges that we do face as a country. We are joined by Mr. Ramathan Ggoobi, an economist and a policy analyst. To begin with, interest rates are within 25%, yet inflation is at 5%.
What guides the lending rates which commercial banks charge us is the monetary policy stance which the central bank has taken. In Uganda, we use the central bank rate because we are in inflation targeting. And here, the central bank sets the central bank rate at which the commercial banks should, follow. I mean, it's as a signal to them to follow it. But you'll find that in Uganda, these banks only respond to the central bank rate when it is rising. When the central bank increases it, all banks, what they do, they will raise the interest rates. But when it is going down, they tend to ignore it. Like right now, today, the central bank has announced that it has reduced the central bank rate. But let me really tell it to you, commercial banks are not going to reduce the lending rates, immediately.
How is this?
I think we chose a wrong economic system of playing without a referee. It's like having a game of football and you are playing and the referee is not within the field. He could be around somewhere in the corner there, seated, and guides the things from there. But players who are in the field can choose to ignore the referee and score goals with their hands, offside goals, and so on. This is exactly what's happening in Uganda. The central bank will tell you ours is a free market economy. They have nothing they can do. That's the problem. That's the problem with Uganda, that you can, as a central bank, do research and find out that the economic environment can allow banks to reduce lending rates, and you signal to them that you reduce. But that's the much you can do.
Now, in view of the world economy now, today, the global economic system and the world economy, should the Bank of Uganda remain with the status quo, or should it now change?
The central bank needs to rethink its monetary policy mandate. In Uganda, we use what we call a single monetary policy mandate, where central bank's main responsibility and only responsibility is price stability. They call it inflation targeting. They target the inflation, keep the inflation low so that prices are stable. But I don't think this is an ideal monetary policy mandate for an economy which is agrarian and developing like ours. In my view, we need to think, how do we move from a single mandate to a dual mandate? A dual mandate is where the central bank, on top of price stability, they are given another responsibility. And this is sustained growth of the economy, to ensure that the economy grows. And for the economy to grow, you need to create jobs. You need to facilitate startups, these investments, so that they come up, many of them, and create wealth and pay tax, government gets more money, and so on. We need really to review the law, the Bank of Uganda Act, as well as the Financial Institutions Act, needed to be looked into to give Bank of Uganda some powers to influence commercial banks. Some people will tell you this is a policy reversal, you see it will cause problems, Bank of Uganda will interfere with the market. But we are not living in an island. They are those who are doing it. You find that in Botswana, it's a market economy, and it's one actually of the fastest growing economies in Africa. But the central bank of Botswana has a say on the lending rates which commercial banks, charge. Likewise, they have a say on the exchange rates which prevail in the market. Even Kenya has already drafted a law which is going to give the central bank the powers to influence the lending rates. And yet Kenya is by far better off than us. Their average lending rate is 15%, ours is 25%. but still they find it more, necessary to intervene.